So colonization, would, both this European colonization, uh, uh, representing 16th century, 17th century, would then create a new definition that is represented through modern economics foundation that would be represented through or defined through what the foundations of modern economics would then understand. It was defined through industrial activity, which was represented through monetary facilitation of the wealthy entrepreneur, so that he could invest in technology, and then that technology represented textile industry, advent of textile industry in Europe and Great Britain, while the colonies were exploited. But still, the mainland Europe and Great Britain represented a level of economic prosperity, so that large consumer markets were built and facilitated, and there were foundations of economics would be formed. Modern economics would be formed, and therefore colonization and economics. If you mute the wars and conflicts representing colonization, then it is colonization and the central economics representing mainland Europe and Great Britain, while periphery, which were colonies, were represented with exploitation and autocracy. And then after 18th century, especially after World War II, the world really changed. It was represented by international institutions of governance like United Nations, World Bank, International Monetary Fund, Asian Development Bank, while at the same time it was represented through the efforts of globalization, where Professor Paul Krugman, a Nobel Prize laureate, and the expert trade economist would then help create a world which was defined through international trade and globalization, and that was exchange of goods and services across the world, while regional and international supply chains were formed. And then the new world in Asia was represented by China, East Asia, and India, with higher economic growth rates, addressing of income empowerment of the population, and unique governance structures, where capitalism was promoted in China through representation of property rights, and that would make an interesting story. While at the same time, globalization would be represented through national sovereignty, as represented by the Charter of the United Nations, while government and businesses and society would then be interlinked to then create foundations of new classical economics. So therefore, the story is simple of civilization, where human history really represented itself through civilizations. Then it was colonization with kind of foundations of modern economics, represented through the first advent of industrial sector, with capital-intensive technologies representing textile industry in Great Britain and Europe. And then after World War II, this hyper-globalization really started, and then countries were defined through national sovereignty and through diplomatic creativity in diplomacy, whereby the world would be more peaceful, would be defined through less of wars between nation states, but then of course represented through the politics of Cold War, where civil unrest would represent some part of the world, especially Africa or Asia in case of Vietnam or Afghanistan, or in Latin America. There was this Cold War politics would result into civil unrest in many of the countries. But most importantly, world was dominated by peace, higher quality of life for everybody. It will be represented by technology, capital-intensive activities, whereby international value chains were built. Regional economics also blossomed. Regional agreements were signed between nation states, and even regions were signed agreements with other regions. European Union was formed, and so the world the modern world economics is represented by globalization and uh, na- national economics through interlinkages between government, private sector, that are businesses, private businesses, and society. And as we go forward into the 21st century, what we then really focus on is that poverty is still rampant. Pakistan or Asia is still, Africa, Asia, and Latin America are still represented by a significant number of poor people that have poor health facilitation, they don't have quality education, while also the story, if you understand it through this idea of civilization, would then also explain why there is identity politics, which is disturbing the modern world represented through freedom, citizen rights, multiculturalism, secularism. Uh, it is this as if religious identities are suddenly more important for the modern world.